This practice is dedicated to yoga detox with lots of twists and active pranayama and asanas to ignite the fire of our third chakra. Find a comfortable seated position on your mat with your legs crossed. You can sit on top of a block, a cushion, or perhaps a folded blanket if you like. With your spine nice and long. Close your eyes and start to observe your breath without judgment, without trying to change the breath. Simply observing it. Noticing the quality of the air in the room, perhaps. Noticing if the inhale and the exhale last the same amount of counts. Trying to stay present in the here and now. And noticing the expansion, the contraction of your chest, your midsection as you inhale and exhale. From here, dedicate a few moments trying to deepen our breath, making each inhale a little deeper, breathing in a little more air, and with each exhale, really breathing out a little more, trying to empty your lungs completely. And staying present with your breath at all times. Slowly come back to your normal breath, your own rhythm. Open our eyes. We're going to move into the pranayama. We're going to do Kapalabhati Pranayama, which is an active breathing, though the inhale is passive and the exhale is done really contracting the center. And breathing through the nose looks like this. We're going to do 3 rounds of 20 Kapalabhati, each one sort of at our own pace. Inhale and exhale normally. Let's get started. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Round 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last round. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to your normal breath. With your eyes closed, start to observe the effect of the pranayama. Noticing any differences that it might have produced. How you're feeling, perhaps you're feeling warmer, or like you can breathe a little deeper. From here, if you're sitting on a block, sitting on a cushion, a folded blanket, leave them towards the side. Still in our cross-legged position, we're going to leave our hands on top of our knees and start to make circles. Like an old-fashioned coffee grinder, really moving slowly, consciously from the center. Change the circles, moving towards the other side. One more circle. Come up with a straight back. From here, we're going to start to draw circles with our nose. First looking down towards the right, drawing wide, conscious circles with our nose. Starting to bring movement to our neck, to each of the four sides of our neck, waking it up. When you're looking down again, chin at the chest, change. Start to draw circles the other way, the other direction. Really noticing the sensations, the feelings that are produced. One more circle. On your back with your chin at your chest. Lift your head up. We're going to start to do some dynamic twists. First, leaving our right hand on our left knee. Bring our left hand behind. Inhale, when we exhale, we change. Left hand on the right knee. Exhale, back towards center and changing. So at your own pace. Dynamic twists, really focusing on your midsection. Trying to massage the internal organs, liberate toxins. The next time you have your left hand on your right knee, maintain this twist. 4 or 5 breaths. With each inhale, grow a little taller. With each exhale, move a little farther into the twist. Making sure to breathe at all times. On the exhale, come back towards center. Right hand on the left knee. And the same thing, with each inhale, grow a little taller. With each exhale, try to move a little farther into the twist. Really looking over that left shoulder. Exhale, come back through center. We're going to bring our hands forward in order to come into a tabletop position. Forming a straight line from each of our hips down towards our knee, and from the shoulder down to the wrist. Inhale, looking up, back of the head towards the sacrum. Exhale, looking down, forehead towards the pelvis. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, looking up, back of the head towards the sacrum. Exhale, forehead towards the pelvis. You have a couple of moments if you like to continue this movement of cat-cow, or if you like, you can start to explore other movements, listening to your body, listening to what it needs right now, perhaps moving to one side, towards the other. Maybe sort of making 8s, figure 8s with the hips or circular movements. And just exploring the feelings that you're body needs right now. When you're finished, come back towards center. We're going to tuck our toes and our hands rooted on the mat. We're going to lift up our knees, engaging the core. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, forehead towards the pelvis. Inhale, back of the head towards the sacrum. Exhale, forehead, pelvis. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lower your knees down. Untuck your toes. From here, we're going to look over our right shoulder. Trying to look back towards the right heel. Staying for 3 breaths. Noticing the stretch, the left side body. Exhale, come back towards center. And we're going to look over our left shoulder. The same thing towards the left heel, feeling the stretch in the right side body. Exhale, come back to center. We're going to slowly make our way into a standing position at the top of the mat, with our feet together and with our legs together. We're going to leave our hands, palms down on our shoulders, to do some twists, some active twists with Kapalabhati. We'll do this 2 times. So inhale and exhale normally. Let's get started. Come back to a normal breath. Release the hands. Start to come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Bending your knees. Grabbing the opposite elbow. You can stay here if you like. You can move from one side to the other. Exploring the different sensations, stretches produced as you move. From here, let go of each of the elbows. Bend the knees a little more. We're going to slowly come back up to a standing position. And one more time, hands on our shoulders, feet together, legs together. To do twists with Kapalabhati. Start to come back to a normal breath. Drop your hands down, bend your knees, and from the waist we're going to move into Uttanasana, forward fold, grabbing the opposite elbow. And the same thing here, you can find a place of stillness. If you prefer, you can move from one side to the other. Just listen to your body and its needs right now. From here, let go of the opposite elbow, bend your knees a little more, and slowly we're going to come back to a standing position. Standing at the front of our mat, feet together, legs together, legs engaged, core engaged. Hands together, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, lift your hands up, looking towards your hands. Exhale, bending from the waist. Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back position. Hands on the mat. 2 steps or jump back into plank position. From here, with our core nice and engaged, we're going to lift up our right leg. 3 breaths. Core engaged. Exhale, right foot on the mat and lifting up our right leg. Our left leg. From here, we're going to lift up our right leg. 3 breaths, core is engaged. Right foot on the mat, lifting up our left leg. Core is engaged. Left foot on the mat, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. 2 steps, or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, we're going to lift up, looking towards our hands. And exhale, hands at the center of our chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, bending from the waist. Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back position, hands on the mat. Stepping back or jumping back into plank. From here, with our core engaged, right knee towards right elbow. 3 breaths. Right foot back and left knee, left elbow. Breathe. Left foot back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. 2 steps or jump towards the front of the mat. Flat back position. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, standing up, looking towards our hands, stretch towards the sky. Exhale, hands at our chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, bending from the waist. Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back position, hands on the mat. Stepping or jumping back into a plank position. From here, right knee to left elbow. Right foot back and changing left knee to right elbow. Left foot back, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Really pushing against the mat with our hands. Trying to bring our shoulders back, downwards. Relaxing our head. Breathing. From here, we're going to step or jump towards the front of the mat. Flat back position. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale. Coming up tall. Exhale. Inhale. Uttanasana, chair pose. Exhale. Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back position, hands on the mat. Jump or step back to plank position. We're going to bend our elbows, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. And exhale, Adho Mukha. We're going to lift up that right foot, bring it towards the top of the mat, spinning our left heel down. Coming up into Warrior One. Exhale, hands on the mat. Right foot back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. And exhaling, Adho Mukha. Left foot between the hands, right heel down, coming up into Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior One. Hands on the mat, left foot back, plank position, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 2 more times on each side. Right foot between our hands, left heel down. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, hands on the mat, right foot back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale,
Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Left foot between your hands, right heel down, coming up into Warrior One. Exhale, hands on the mat, left foot back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. One more time on each side. Right foot between our hands, left heel down, coming up in Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands on the mat, right foot back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Left foot between our hands, right heel down, coming up for last time in Warrior One. Exhale, hands on the mat, left foot back, bending our elbows, lowering down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Find a comfortable position here, really making sure our hands and feet are both connected with the mat for 5 breaths. Breathing in and out completely. From here, stepping or jumping towards the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Chair pose. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths, lowering our pelvis, making sure our arms are more or less at ear height, core is engaged. Bring palms of the hands together. We're going to bring them towards our heart center. We'll move into a twist. From here, twisting from the top, from our core, leaving the left elbow on the outside of our right knee. First of all, looking down to make sure that our knees are in the same line. And when you see that they are, you can go ahead and look above your right elbow. Looking down, we're going to really root that right foot into the ground and take a step back with our left foot, trying to maintain the twist. When you're ready, looking again above the right elbow. That left leg is engaged. Make sure that the knee isn't bent. However, if you do feel that you need to lower your knee on towards the mat, go ahead. Here we're going to lower our hands onto the mat, taking a step or two so that we can come into half splits, lifting up our left leg, hands are on the mat, or if you like, you can leave your right hand, right arm on your right leg, trying to bring the forehead a little closer. Breathe here, really pulling towards the sky with your left leg. Both hands are on the mat. I'm going to take a step back with our left foot, lowering it onto the ground. Right foot back, we're in plank position. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 2 steps or a jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Chair pose. We're going to stay once again for a couple of breaths. So really lowering down the pelvis, bringing your arms more or less towards the height of your ears. Core is engaged. Breathe. Bring the palms of your hands together. At your heart center, we're gonna move into a twist once again. Bring that right elbow, the outside part of the left leg, left knee. First of all, looking downwards to make sure that our knees are in the same line. When we're ready, we can look up, just above that left elbow. Breathe. Looking down towards the mat, we're going to root that left foot very well into the mat, taking a step back with our right. When you're ready or comfortable in this position, look once again just above your left elbow. However, if you do need to, you can lower your right knee. It's a variation, another option. Remembering that all variations are valid in yoga. Exhale, bring your hands towards the mat, and with one step or two, we're going to lift up that right leg in half splits. You can stay here with both hands on the mat. If you like, bringing your left hand and arm to your left leg to try to bring your forehead a little closer. Both hands on the mat. Bring our right foot towards the mat again. Left foot back. We're in plank position. Lowering down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale. Adho Mukha. From here, lifting up our right leg towards the sky. We're going to bring our right foot forward between our hands and come up into Warrior Two. Virabhadrasana 2, making sure that our right knee doesn't fall inwards. Core is engaged, looking over the top of our right hand. Breathe. The exhale, we're going to bring that right hand down on the inside part of the right foot. Keeping our chest open, we're going to lift up our left arm. If we need to, lowering our pelvis down a little more. Inhale and exhale. Really pushing our arm against our knee and our knee against our arm. Exhaling, we're going to come up to move into Prasarita Uttanasana, a wide-legged forward fold. So feet are in a one parallel line. Big toes are looking slightly towards one another. Hands are at our hips. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, bending from the waist until we can leave our hands on the mat. Bringing our right hand towards the center line. Inhaling, lifting up our left arm in a twist. I'm going to stay here for 5 breaths. Exhaling, bring our left hand down. Now the left hand is in the center line, lifting up the right arm, looking towards our right thumb in a twist. Exhale, right hand on the mat. We're going to walk our hands towards the front of the mat. Moving first into runner's lunge. We're ready. We can place our hands on the mat. Right foot back, plank position. Exhaling, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, adho mukha. From here, we're going to lift up our left leg. And bring that left foot between our hands, spinning the right heel down, coming up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Make sure your left knee doesn't fall inwards. Core is engaged. And looking just above our left hand. Breathe. With the exhale, we're going to lower our left hand down towards the inside part of our left foot. Keeping our chest open, we're going to lift up that right arm, looking up towards our right thumb. If it's necessary, lowering down our pelvis a little bit. Pushing arm against our knee, the knee against the arm. Breathing here. Coming up, once again, we're going to leave our feet in parallel, one parallel line. Big toes are looking towards one another, legs are engaged, hands at our hips. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, bending from the waist. First of all, bring your hands towards the mat. Perhaps you're okay here. Perhaps you can try to bring your hands sort of in the same line as your feet. Core is engaged, legs are engaged, and our weight is in our toes rather than our heels. You can stay here. If you want a little more, you can grab the inside part of each of your legs, trying to move a little further into the pose. Wherever you are is great. Just make sure to breathe. From here, we're going to bring our hands onto the mat, walking with them towards the front of the mat. First of all, in a runner's lunge. From here, hands on the mat, left foot back. We're in plank position. Lowering down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. From here, step or jump towards the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, Uttanasana. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhaling, Tadasana. With our feet together and our legs together, we're going to interlace our fingers, except for pointer finger and our thumb. Inhaling, really stretching towards the sky. Center strong. And exhaling, lower our arms down towards the right side, pushing our hips towards the left, and looking upwards underneath our left arm. Nityanabasana. Exhale, come back towards center, reaching up towards the sky, and exhaling towards the other side. Both of our arms straight, elbows aren't bent, looking underneath your right arm, up towards the sky. Coming back towards center, we're going to release our hands down. We're going to move into Malasana, opening up our legs and stepping outwards. Our toes should be a little bit outside of our mat, bending our knees so that we're able to move into Malasana. Elbows are on the inside of each of our legs, pushing them just a little bit so that we can move a little farther into the pose. Bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra in prayer pose, and our chest. Close your eyes. Start to connect with your center. Open your eyes, leaving our left hand on the mat. Still pushing against that right leg with the right elbow. I'm gonna lift up left arm in a twist. And stay here if you like. You can try a bind by bringing your right hand and arm around that right knee and trying to bring your hands together behind your back. If you don't reach, which can be a case, you can grab a sock or something, or perhaps just doing the intention is enough. Exhale, coming back to center, and from here, left hand on the mat, lifting up our right arm in a twist. You could stay here, or if you like, moving into the bind on the other side. So that's bringing your left arm around the outside part of your knee, trying to bring your hands together behind your back. We're going to undo the bind, sitting back on the mat. Bring our legs together to move into boat pose or Navasana. So really making sure our chest is open. Move into the pose. You can stay here. You can choose any other variation. Extending your arms, perhaps extending your legs. Just make sure that your chest is open in the variation that you've chosen. Exhale, lowering our feet down. We're going to hug our legs and lower our head, our forehead, towards our knees. Inhale, come up. This pose 2 more times. Chest open, choosing your variation. And making sure to breathe. Exhale, lowering the feet down. Taking a break here. And one last time, moving into Navasana, boat pose. Once again, making sure our chest is nice and open, core is engaged. Exhale, lowering down. From here, we're going to cross our legs, bring our hands forward, and step or jump back into plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Shifting our weight towards our hands in plank pose. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Make sure you're really pushing against the mat with your hands. You're not falling into your shoulders, but your arms are engaged, whole body is engaged. Trying to form a straight line from the top of your head down towards your heels. From here, we're going to move into Vasisthasana, or side plank. On the right side, if you need to, you can lower down your right knee. Just making sure that your hips are high. Looking up towards that left hand. Exhale, lower our left hand down and changing Vasisthasana, or side plank, on the left side, choosing your variation, and from there looking up towards your right hand. Exhale, lowering the right hand down, plank position. And from here, we're going to lower down onto our forearms, forearm plank. Whole body is engaged. Relax your face. Exhale, lower your knees down, untuck your toes. First of all, I'm going to take a break in crocodile position or pose. Bring our hands together like a pillow, lowering our forehead onto our hands, letting our heels drop out, relaxing our feet. From here, we're going to move into Salamasana. So bringing our hands, palms facing down on the mat, feet together, legs together. Inhale, we're lifting up, chest up, legs up. Core is engaged and chin is slightly tucked. Exhale, lower down. Going to let one cheek rest on the mat. Here, moving into Locust Pose again. So hands, palms facing down on the mat, feet together, legs together. Inhale, come up. Chin is slightly tucked. Feet are together. Core is engaged. Exhale, going back down towards the mat to rest momentarily. And for the last time, you can choose the same variation as before if you like. You can interlace your hands behind your back, bringing your shoulder blades together. We're leaving pointer finger and our thumb out from the bind, just like we did before in Uttanasana. And moving into this variation, Salamasana. Feet are still together. We're pulling with our arms back towards our feet, trying to achieve a little bit more of an opening in our chest. Exhale, lower down. We're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, tucking our toes. Coming up first into Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Shifting our weight towards our hands, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. And from here, we're going to step or jump to a seated position. We're going to move into Salamba, Sarvangasana, or shoulder stand. So from here, bringing our back on the mat, and we're going to bring our legs above our head, trying to rest our toes on the mat. If you're not able to touch the mat with your toes, you can bring your knees to your forehead. From here, interlacing your hands, trying to walk your shoulders together towards the center line. Bring our hands to our back, and slowly moving into shoulder stand, lifting up. Our whole body's engaged. Core is engaged, legs are engaged. Matching that someone is pulling us upward from our toes up towards the sky. Make sure to breathe here. Start to bend your knees, coming out of the pose. First, moving into Halasana again, plow pose. Trying to straighten our legs if we can reach the mat with our feet. Our arms are straight, palms facing down. Here we're going to move into Pirasana, ear pressure pose. So leaving a knee at each of our ears and hugging the back part of our legs. From here, you can let go of your legs, and we're going to quickly roll forward and try to come up back into boat pose again, Navasana. And if you're able to, from here, try to incorporate Kapalabhati. Come back to our normal breath, lower your feet down. You can sit back a little bit if you notice that you're off your mat. Feet and legs together, we're gonna do a twist. First, hugging our legs with our left arm, bringing our right hand behind and looking over our right shoulder. Really making sure that we're twisting from our center. Come back towards center. We're going to change, hugging our legs with our right arm. Bring our left arm behind. With each inhale, you can grow a little bit. With each exhale, move a little farther into the pose. Really twisting from your center. Exhale, come back towards center. From here, we're going to stretch our legs long. If we need to sit back a little bit, feel free. Legs are together, feet are in flex. Inhaling, lifting our arms up, and exhaling, bending from the waist to move into Uttanasana or forward fold. You can reach your feet, that's great. You can go ahead and relax your head. If you're not able to, feel free to bend your knees. And then from there, relax your head down. So choose your variation according to how you feel today or how your body feels, respecting its limits. Inviting a couple of moments of introspection here. Inhale, we're going to look up towards our feet. Start to walk our hands back, coming out of the pose. Bring our hands behind us. Fingers are facing the top of the mat. Legs are together, feet are together. Inhale, we're going to lift up our hips, lift up our whole body in Uttanasana or inverted plank pose. Looking up towards the sky. Hips are high, core is engaged. Lift your hips a little higher and exhale, lower them down. We're going to bring our back flat on the mat in Uttanasana, hugging our knees in towards our chest. You can stay here. If you like, you can move from side to side. We're going to leave our right hand on our right knee, left hand on our left knee. Bring our knees towards the right side, towards the front of the mat, inhaling, towards the left side, and exhaling back towards the chest. Drawing circles with our knees. Each time that our knees are pointing towards the front of the mat, we inhale. And each time that they're back towards our chest, exhale. Change, drawing circles the other way. First, bring them towards the left side, the front of the mat, the right side. Massaging the lower back. One more circle. From here, we're going to move into Nanda, Balasana, or Happy Baby, grabbing the soles of our feet and trying to bring them downwards, trying to bring our knees towards the mat. can stay here in a place of stillness, or if you prefer, you can move from one side to the other, exploring the different sensations that come up. Perhaps you notice you're stretching, or you notice that this movement produces a little bit of tension. Come back towards center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Going to bring our feet onto the mat, finishing with a supine twist. So first of all, we're going to lift our hips up, bring them towards the left side, lower our knees down towards the right side, extending our arm long and looking towards our right hand. Close your eyes, enjoying sensations of this final pose. Slowly come back towards center. From here, we'll lift our hips up again, bring them towards the right side, lowering our knees down towards the left, and looking towards our right hand. In a supine twist, appreciating the different sensations between each side, and enjoying this final pose before Shavasana. Slowly come back towards center. We're going to hug our knees in towards our chest in Uttanasana one last time. From here, we're going to extend right leg long, left leg long, palms of your hands looking upwards, up towards the sky, letting our feet fall outwards, tucking our chin slightly. I'm going to take one last breath here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through. Of our practice. It's a good idea to stay in Shavasana a couple of minutes, 3 or 5 minutes. Be able to pause the video as long as you like. Now, start to move your toes, start to move your fingers, stretching your hands, your arms. Stretch, 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 waking up your whole body. Hugging our knees in at our chest, and slowly, kindly, when you're ready, let yourself fall towards one side, fetal position. The help of one hand, slowly start to come up, making your way to a seated position. Legs crossed in Sukhasana. If you like, you can sit on top of a block, on top of a cushion. Close your eyes. Bring your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Lowering your head towards your hands. Namaste.